Attention Disney fans, step out of the parks and into a world of retro Polynesian paradise at Tiki-a-Go-Go 2025. Celebrate the magic of Disney's Tiki heritage with legendary mixologists, artists, and collectors. Explore mid-century modern treasures, sip tropical cocktails, and meet fellow Tiki enthusiasts. Whether you love the enchanted Tiki room or dream of the Poly's golden age, this is your chance to live the Tiki fantasy. Join us at Tiki-a-Go-Go 2025, where Disney fans feel right at home. Tickets on sale now.
This is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss of WDWNT.com. I'm going to take my hands off the wheel. Don't worry, this isn't a real car. It'll be okay. But please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to make sure you never miss the latest from the Disney theme parks all around the world. But here now the news for March 14th, 2025. The Disneyland Band had a special one-time performance at Walt Disney World recently, as shared in a video by Disney Parks. The video sees the Disneyland Band performing When You Wish Upon a Star in front of Cinderella Castle at the Magic Kingdom. They did perform more than that. They performed a full, long set, actually. But this is the first time in history that the Disneyland Band has ever performed at Walt Disney World. While the video was posted on Wednesday, the performance took place on Tuesday, March 11th. It was a surprise. No one was told. We still don't really know why, but nonetheless, you can watch the video on our website at WDWNT.com. Now, mind you, they're saying that no, the Disneyland Band has never performed at Walt Disney World. I will tell you, though, that people who have been in the Disneyland Band have transferred to Walt Disney World and performed here. So not the same thing, but it has happened in the history of Disney parks. The refurbishment of the Main Street USA train station at the Magic Kingdom appears to be wrapping up as more construction walls and scrim are gone from the second story. Construction walls remain around the left staircase when facing from Town Square. And there's some beige scrim covering part of the station wall and the second floor railing. On the second floor, most walls and scrim are down, but half of the outdoor area is still blocked off. And when we last checked in, there was scrim around the entire half. Now there's only scrim around the construction walls. Refurbishment work started in early January, but the Walt Disney World Railroad has continued to operate throughout all of this work. Disney Vacation Club shared a photo of a mural at the new Disney Vacation Club Lounge coming soon to the Magic Kingdom. The mural, painted directly on a brick wall, reads, "The Frontier's Best Kept Secret." The text is black with blue filigree, and DVC wrote on Instagram, "The wildest lounge in the wilderness is heading your way real soon. Double tap if you're excited to visit Disney Vacation Club McKim's Mile House, a member lounge at Magic Kingdom Park." Could that name be any longer? I don't think so. A railing in the Instagram photo suggests it's near some of the steps outside. If we had to guess again, it's those steps that were there when it was the Shootin' Arcade as well. But now we get our first look at anything in real life in this lounge, and it's this wall. Disney Vacation Club McKim's Mile House, a member lounge, is named for Disney legend, that name is so long, Disney legend Sam McKim, who created inspirational sketches for Disneyland, including for Slewfoot Sue's Golden Horseshoe Review in Frontierland. Disney said the new lounge's design is inspired by the adventurous spirit of exploration from a bygone era. The lounge takes over again the former Frontierland Shootin' Arcade space. The opening day attraction closed permanently last June. The lounge is expected to open by this summer. Construction walls can be seen set up inside the Seas with Nemo and Friends at EPCOT, surrounding the escalators, which are currently inaccessible to guests. Blue construction walls have been set up inside the pavilion. The walls currently surround, again, the escalators on both the first and second floors. The construction walls sit, that's good that they're on either floor, because then they make sure no one goes down into a construction wall, or vice versa. That would be painful. But either way, the construction walls sit on either side of the hallway, which serves as the exit to the attraction, the ride. To access the second floor, guests can either use the stairs or follow the signs to the elevator in the back. Construction walls also block the escalators as well as the large viewing windows on the second floor. Due to the walls, guests now have to travel down the corridor and into the viewing space to see the fish. Throughout the construction, the nursery, of course, remains open. You can still go in there. And near the entrance to the nursery, a sign on the construction wall reads, "Just keep swimming," with an image of Dory, a very fitting homage. Disney has not provided any information on when the escalators will return, but this is, we have seen a lot of TLC at the Seas Pavilion the last several months. We know they've been refurbishing tanks. Obviously, they got rid of their permanent manatees. They got rid of the dolphins. There's a lot of work happening in spaces that the dolphins used to inhabit in the tank. And then we're also seeing a lot of work in the space that the human guests inhabit in the pavilion as well. So not sure what the end goal is, but work continuing. Construction also continues on the facade of the Mexico Pavilion at EPCOT with scaffolding around part of the pyramid. Last month, we reported that scaffolding had been set up outside the pavilion as the area was being prepped for repainting. Scaffolding remains in the area along with the semi-transparent orange scrims. A set of stanchions previously blocked this walkway, but it was open during our recent visit. And at the end of the walkway, there's an opening between construction walls and below the scaffolding, leading to a door. However, it seems the pathway isn't supposed to be open. The door is blocked by stanchions and a sign outside asking guests to use an alternative exit. 2 columns in front of the doors are wrapped in scrim. Elsewhere in the pavilion, the Grand Fiesta Tour is still under refurbishment for a few more days, though it did soft open for cast members earlier this week. The attraction is scheduled to reopen to all guests this Saturday, March 15th, and we will show you any changes, if there are any, visible on the attraction this weekend, so stay tuned. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guest and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. Head on over to beourguestvacations.com/WDWNT, and their team will design your next magical vacation, from the Walt Disney World and Disneyland resorts to Disney Cruise Line to Adventures by Disney and more. They're also able to book unforgettable VIP tours where you and your group can experience the ultimate park day. And the best part is their concierge services are 100% free. They are. They didn't scare me this time. So book today. Walt Disney World guests will be able to build lightsabers with the limited time Reclaimed and Reforged theme beginning on May 4th, 2025. The Reclaimed and Reforged story at Savi's workshop, Handbuilt Lightsabers, was first announced for Season of the Force at Disneyland. It'll be available at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Hollywood Studios as well, starting on Star Wars Day and continuing, Disney has said, while supplies last. Here's the official description. Over the centuries, countless lightsabers fell into the hands of smugglers and bounty hunters. Remnants of ancient battles and abandoned scrap have been scavenged from the distant reaches of the galaxy's outer rim, and now guests can build them into elegant tools that symbolize balance in the Force. The Reclaimed and Reforged theme joins the themes of peace and justice, power and control, elemental nature, and protection and defense. These themes determine what lightsaber parts you get to use during your Savi's workshop experience, and you could book that experience now. So usually we cover things on the first day. Needless to say, May 4th was already booked by people for the lightsaber experience because it's Star Wars Day. People wanted to do it on Star Wars Day. But we did get a reservation for May 5th. So on May 5th, we're going. We're going to show you exactly what has changed, what's different about this particular experience. So stay tuned for that. Real quick, though, I was at Disney's Hollywood Studios the other night with my girlfriend. And there's a cool hidden fun fact that I don't think a lot of people point out, and I'm going to bring it up now. I'm going to stop the whole show for it now, because we're talking about Savis. Now, Savi is actually Savi and Sons. And if you ride Rise of the Resistance, when you're about to exit Rise of the Resistance, where do the vehicles go? The vehicles actually end up going to be hidden at Savi and Son Salvage. And why is it Savi and Son Salvage? Well, it's actually a reference to Sanford and Son. Sanford and Son, that's what they did on the television show. Kids, look it up. On Sanford and Son, they were in salvage. And so as a reference to Sanford and Son, there's Savi and Son Salvage in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. That's the thing. Next time, look behind you. Don't hold up the exiting. Make sure you undo your seatbelt and get out of the car. But if you look behind you, there's an arch, and in Arabic it says Savi and Sons. It's a reference to that. Moving on. The Maharajah Jungle Trek Bat exhibit at Disney's Animal Kingdom has reopened after a short refurbishment. The Bat exhibit was closed starting on Monday, February 17th, and although the Bats page on Walt Disney World does not indicate the exhibit is back open, it did reopen on Monday, March 10th. Through the windows, guests can safely observe the bats in their natural habitat. The Maharajah Jungle Trek is a walkthrough attraction open from 9 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. featuring live animals and like Boxo, the baby tiger, but now there's bats again. Facade work has begun at Disney's Yacht Club and Beach Club Resort as construction continues on Stormalong Bay. In our last update, we reported that crews had begun jackhammering work in the main area of the pool. Construction work has now begun on the facades. Some paneling pieces around the windows have been removed, and white coverings along the windows have been placed over some of the framework as work continues. Sections of gray siding have been removed from the building's exterior, and plywood is now visible underneath. There's also black weather material and a white cloth covering certain areas, and some pathways are blocked and have a sign informing guests that the area is currently being renovated. Jackhammer work, meanwhile, continues in the pool, and crews have moved on from the central area of the pool to the side closer to the EPCOT, that being the beach club side. Crews remain at work in other areas of the pool as well, and Stormalong Bay will be closed through June of this year. That's good because it'll be nice and hot by then. During the lengthy refurbishment, though, guests can use the Tidal, Admiral, and Dunes Cove leisure pools instead. Not that that makes up for not having Stormalong Bay, but that's what you got to deal with. Walt Disney World has released the full list of special limited-time Easter treats coming to the resort, as well as where guests can view Easter egg displays and get the new Thumper popcorn bucket that was first revealed on Disney Cruise Line several days ago. Over at EPCOT, at various popcorn locations, you will find that Thumper spring bucket, which will include popcorn at the time of purchase. It'll be available while supplies last, starting March 25th, a limit of 2 per guest per transaction. At Disney's Beach Club and Yacht Club resorts, there are some offerings as well. The Beach Club Marketplace and the market at Ale and Compass from March 18th through April 20th will have a painted egg whoopie pie, a carrot cupcake with cream cheese, buttercream, chocolate cookie crumbs, and spring sprinkles as well. There'll also be an Easter egg display you can see in the lobby from April 1st through the 20th. Over at Disney's Boardwalk, the Boardwalk Deli from March 18th through April 20th will have a painted egg whoopie pie. At the Contemporary Resort, if you go to Contempo Cafe from March 18th through April 20th, you can use mobile order, by the way. You can get the carrot cupcake with cream cheese, buttercream, chocolate cookie crumbs, and spring sprinkles. There'll also be an Easter egg display in the lobby from April 1st through the 20th. Over at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa, Gasparilla Island Grill from March 18th to April 20th with mobile order as well. But we'll have a Bunny Burrow Dirt Cup for you to buy. That's returning this year. And an Easter egg display, of course, will be in the lobby. That one you have the longest time to experience. That is from March 18th through April 20th. Over at Disney's Riviera Resort at Le Petit Café from March 18th through April 20th, you'll find the Easter egg macarons. They come in strawberry honey, blueberry coriander, and orange milk chocolate. At Primo Piatto downstairs from March 18th through April 20th, you'll find the lemon ricotta cheesecake available. Available at various resorts, you'll find the Thumper carrot cake with cream cheese buttercream. That full list is on our website. It's a lot of hotels. Meanwhile, we'll move over to Disney Springs now. At Amorette's Patisserie from March 18th through April 20th, you'll find the Easter egg petite cake, the mini Easter croque embouche, and the Thumper cake bar. At Everglazed Donuts and Cold Brew from April 13th to the 20th, they will have Easter donuts. At the Ganachery from April 6th through the 20th, you'll find Mickey chocolate bites, peanut butter and marshmallow pop, and a milk chocolate bunny piñata. Disneyland Resort has revealed all the limited-time Easter food items and dining experience they have coming this spring as well. At Disneyland Park in the Red Rose Tavern, available March 17th through May 15th, you'll find the spring stuff. It's shortbread cookie, red velvet cake, raspberry, and pastel-colored sprinkles. At the Disneyland Hotel, you can go to Goofy's Kitchen to celebrate springtime, April 3rd through May 9th. Reservations, of course, recommended, where you can join Goofy and some of his friends in their garden-inspired outfits while you feast on delicious bites for breakfast, brunch, and dinner, and reservations are available online. At the Grand Californian Hotel and Spa, Storytellers Cafe has an Easter buffet on April 20th, and advanced reservations are recommended. That is only on Easter, the special thing just for Easter, with both the holiday brunch or a dinner feast available. At the Pixar Place Hotel, the Great Maple Modern American Eatery from April 1st to the 20th will have chocolate Easter egg pancakes. I have got to try that. I'm so curious what that means. Do they just unwrap chocolate Easter eggs and throw them into pancake batter? If so, I'm in. Meanwhile, available throughout the Disneyland Resort, there will be the Thumper Spring Bucket, that popcorn bucket again, which will include popcorn at the time of purchase. That'll begin March 20th at Disneyland Resort. You can limit 2 per guest per transaction. Then available at various candy locations throughout the resort, including Bing Bong's Sweet Stuff, Candy Palace, the Disney Wonderful World of Sweets, Pooh Corner, and Trolley Treats. Now through April 21st, you'll find a bunny cereal treat, a chick cake pop, the pink mini caramel apple, a strawberry shortcake Mickey Mallow, a bunny caramel apple, a honeybee caramel apple, and a bee cake pop. Crews have moved the construction walls at the Disneyland Park entrance to the next set of gates for the installation of those new Tapstiles or turnstiles, whatever you want to call them. After the first set of new gates opened for the pre-launch in December, work moved to the gate second from the left when approaching the park. Those gates are now complete, and walls surround the section second from the right. Work is done on half of the new Disney California Adventure entrance gates at this time as well. The gates have new digital screens on the roof above and attached to the gates themselves. And though likely unrelated, there are also construction walls just inside the park on the left of to the left of the current Minnie Mouse flower bed. Right now, she has replaced Mickey for that's for Women's History Month. The walls surrounding part of the large flower bed. The walls surround part of the large flower bed and run up to the tunnel underneath the Main Street train station. The tunnel is still open to guests. The old gate leading between Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa and Disney California Adventure has been demolished. The hotel's park entrance closed on March 10th and will remain closed through mid-May. Disney later announced the Grand Californian would get updated enhanced entry gates, the same as those we just talked about for Disneyland and California Adventure. A wall blocks the hotel entrance from the Disney California Adventure side. Signs direct guests to exit through the park's main entrance. Due to wind on the day of our visit, the tarps that usually cover the construction were rolled up, revealing the scale of the work. We could see the former entrance gates having been completely torn out of place, and more construction materials and vehicles were closer to the hotel. On the hotel side of the entrance, barriers block access, and there are two sets of barriers and closed doors. Cast members were stationed in the area too, and though the sign directs guests through the downtown Disney district to reach California Adventure, there is another way via the Pixar Place Hotel dedicated entrance. This route is currently available for those staying at the Grand Californian during construction. Obviously, if there wasn't construction, it would be faster as a Grand Californian gets to go from the entrance that's being rebuilt right now, but you can at least use the other at this time. Staying at the Grand Californian, Storytellers Cafe is currently closed for refurbishment. It'll be closed for just a few weeks to refresh the restaurant's kitchen. Construction walls are up and most of the restaurant's windows are blacked out. During the refurbishment, the Storytellers Cafe experience is available. It's being hosted in the Trillium Room right now. The Trillium Room is a conference room along the walkway between the hotel lobby and downtown Disney. Now, obviously, that's not an ideal setting for a character meal, but if you really need one, it's still there. All of the ongoing construction at the Grand Californian is part of a project to refresh the hotel and elevate the guest experience. There's a lot more going on, of course. We know that Napa Rose is going to be undergoing a major transformation in a couple weeks, and so much more happening. And we'll keep you in the loop on all of it. The iconic tower of the Carthay Circle restaurant at Disney California Adventure is completely surrounded by scrim and scaffolding after refurbishment work began on the facade last month. Construction walls are around the first floor of the Carthay Circle restaurant, which remains open during construction. And rising behind the walls is scaffolding wrapped in beige scrim. Scrim is today's secret word, kids, by the way, if you haven't noticed. We've said it a lot. The scrim and scaffolding completely hides the tower from view, and there are gaps in the walls and scrim around the restaurant's main entrance and marquee. Scaffolding and scrim continue down the right side of the building, though. The walls, scrim, and scaffolding are likely for a standard refurbishment of the facade, getting it ready to look nice and pretty for the 70th anniversary of the Disneyland Resort, which begins in mid-May. Real quick, I want to mention a couple things. We do have our annual spring auction coming up on March 22nd and 23rd. That'll be held right here on this channel. You could start bidding on items at auction.wdwnt.com. We're trying to clear some space in the back so we can begin a few new YouTube projects, a few new shows, in fact, and we just need some space to move around in our storage unit back there. So in order to make this happen, we got to get rid of some stuff. And so we have items from Disney parks all around the world, including some actual props from the park, too. So go check them out, auction.wdwnt.com. Another thing I want to mention is our museum tours. If you're looking over there, there's he's a handsome devil, isn't he? That is an actual devil from the Walt Disney World Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. He is one of the many props you can experience if you come on our WDWNT museum tours. We have added a few more dates this Saturday, so tomorrow, March 15th, we still have a few slots left, but we've added a few weeknight tours as well. So on Wednesday, March 19th, you could join us at either 7 p.m. or 8:30 p.m., and then on Monday, March 24th, 7 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. tickets available as well. Now, this will be the last of the tours for a little while. I'm going to go away for a little bit, and obviously we'll be very busy in May with Disneyland 70th, the opening of Epic Universe, and just a whole lot else that's going to be going on. So maybe sometime this summer there'll be tours again, but this is your last shot for a couple months if you want to come see our museum. Tickets for that, or if you want to see a live recording of this show, available at events.wdwnt.com. Last but not least, we got to pay the bills, folks. I'm going to mention Carousel of Products. We got 3 new button-up shirts. I'm going to do my best to show them from inside my car. 3 new button-up shirts. We got Space Mountain 50th anniversary. I'm going to just throw these. Don't throw things out your passenger side window, by the way, but I'm going to do it. This is the Space Mountain 50th shirt. It features the Space Mountains from all around the world. We've got Spaceship Earth at sunset. Isn't that pretty? It's very pretty. I like that we made the pocket line up so there's no break in the art. It's very cool. And then last but not least, we are resorting to some cheap 3D tricks to pay homage to Muppet Vision 3D. These are all available now at carouselproducts.com. There's a special code to save $15 if you buy all 3, and it does stack with any WIGS member discount you have if you're a Patreon subscriber for us as well. So I love this. This is great. There's little hidden details I can't point out now. You got to get the shirt to see what they are. There you go. Also still available for pre-order is our Sunny Eclipse plush. Get them now, carouselproducts.com. Disney Cruise Line guests sailing out of Port Canaveral this year can save 35% on a Walt Disney World Resort hotel stay before or after their cruise. The offer is available for pre- or post-sailing stays at Disney's Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa or Disney's Old Key West Resort. This applies to a deluxe studio and a one-bedroom villa type. It's valid for travel dates from March 12th through December 31st of this year. Guests can stay up to 14 consecutive nights with up to 2 rooms per reservation. The hotel stay must line up with the day of embarkation or the night before sailing. The number of rooms allocated to this offer is limited. The offer is only available to guests again sailing out of Port Canaveral, Florida. The Disney Treasure, the Wish, the Fantasy, and the Magic are sailing out of Port Canaveral this year. Cancellation of the cruise reservation will result in a cancellation of the resort stay, so don't get any bright ideas. And advance reservations are required, and the offer is not valid on previously booked rooms. Okay, folks, now we get to do my favorite thing, look at Tokyo Disney merchandise. For the 20th anniversary of Duffy, Tokyo Disney Resort will re-release 3 previous plush badges of the bear, 1 from Duffy's debut year and 2 based on fan voting. You get to vote for merchandise in Japan. Why don't we do this here? Voting for the Encore collection will open at 10 a.m. on Wednesday, April 2nd and run through 11:59 p.m. on Wednesday, April 16th. That's Japan time, by the way. Fans can only vote once during the voting period. There are 19 Duffy plush badges to choose from, 1 for every year since Duffy debuted at Tokyo Disney Sea in 2005, not counting the original. Tokyo Disney Resort will announce the results on Thursday, May 8th. The 2 badges chosen will then be re-released in December of 2025. The Winter 2005 Duffy plush badge will also be re-released, featuring the bear wearing a knit scarf and hat. Tokyo Disney Resort will release Duffy and Friends 20th anniversary merchandise featuring past artwork as well. Duffy and Friends 20th Colorful Happiness will take place from April 8th of 2025 through March 19th of 2026. It is a full year-long celebration, and we'll actually be there for the kickoff to show you what it's all about. But sticking with that event, they actually released the list of all the merchandise that'll be available for the event beginning this coming April. You can see all of that. I'm not going to read it all here on the show, but you can check it all out at wdwnt.com. Tokyo Disney Resort also revealed their 42nd anniversary merchandise collection, which is inspired by Mickey's PhilharMagic. The collection will be released on April 15th of 2025, exactly 42 years after the opening of Tokyo Disneyland. The collection's key art sees Mickey in his conductor's uniform and sorcerer's hat, and magical instruments are around him, and Donald is trapped in the tuba in the background. The merch also features the Tokyo Disneyland wordmark and 42nd anniversary. Some of the items include the following. There's a postcard set, a clear folder set, a tape set. There's a pen, a sticker set, notepads, a pin. There's a button, a musical keychain, a Tomica omnibus, that means a die-cast car. There's also a Mickey and Donald keychain, a Mickey plush badge, Donald plush badge, yes, that is him stuck in the tuba. You can take him home. There's a magnet set, a washcloth, a mini towel set, a mug, sunscreen. I'm going to stop on this t-shirt for a minute because I just want to talk about, I always talk about how thoughtful they are with merchandise in Tokyo. This is very thoughtful. So it's a 42nd anniversary collection, but they always pick like a single attraction or a land or something to base the anniversary merchandise on. So they chose PhilharMagic, but they're like, well, PhilharMagic is music themed, so what if we celebrate all the music at the park through the year? So on the back of the shirt, there is a list of songs. Those songs are either related to the grand opening of the park, or they're actually the songs from the various parades that have debuted for the park anniversaries through the year, including the 35th, the 40th, and so on. So it's very cool and very thoughtful, and I wish we did this kind of stuff here. But either way, there's also a watch, a drawstring pouch, and a tote bag as well. Mickey's PhilharMagic is not a 42-year-old attraction at Tokyo Disneyland, by the way. It did open in 2011. Interestingly enough, it replaced the Mickey Mouse Revue, which was an opening day Walt Disney World attraction. We shipped it over in 1980 when they were building Tokyo Disneyland. OLC asked for that attraction to be replicated, and it was so unpopular at Walt Disney World that they were like, we can just give you this one. Just take this one, and it did run for many years there. And actually, when it closed at Tokyo Disneyland, the animatronics of the three caballeros came back home to Walt Disney World. Those are the ones you now see in the Grand Fiesta Tour. Some fun facts for you today. For the absolute latest on these stories and all that didn't make it into today's show, be sure to check WDWNT.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. Special shout out to all our WIGS members watching who make this show happen every week. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss saying, enjoy the rest of your today. Have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Now here I go, off to nowhere in particular.